The LA28 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Today we're going behind the scenes of one of the most ambitious people builds in modern history. Oh, and no pressure, but the whole world is watching.
We are ideating right now. This is rapid scale, attracting the best talent in the world. It's an extraordinary challenge.
The sprint to the LA28 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Hi, I'm Jill Wiltfong, Chief Marketing Officer at Korn Ferry, and this is Briefings, our deep dive into topics corporate leaders need to care about. Let me set the scene. You start with about 600 people. In just over 2 years, you scale that to 4,000. Those 4,000 people then need to lead and coordinate about 50,000 volunteers. Oh, and no pressure, but the whole world is watching. That's exactly the challenge facing the LA28 Olympic and Paralympic Games, and Korn Ferry is proud to be a founding partner and the official talent and organizational consulting partner behind that effort. Today we're going behind the scenes with Tammy Major, the Chief People Officer of the LA28 Olympic and Paralympic Games, the leader at the center of one of the most ambitious people builds in modern history, as we start the sprint to the LA28 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Tammy, thanks for being here.
Jill, it's so much fun to be here. Thank you for having me. You know, our numbers as we prepare for the games keep evolving. So we're actually planning for about 5,000 employees and maybe upwards of 60,000 volunteers to deliver this amazing sports event.
Wow, no small feat that is just getting bigger, which is pretty impressive. Before we talk about building the organization, let's start with you as a fan. Is there an Olympic moment that still gives you chills when you think back about it?
My favorite athlete experience, I have to say, just following Simone Biles through some of the challenges that she experienced in Tokyo and then her amazing comeback a number of years later. I think it's just a great display of what it takes to be the world's best, the grit and the ability to come back from challenges. It's a great lesson for all of us.
Oh, that's fun. I love all those moments. I can remember them all. You're definitely building something where in many ways there's no real precedent.
Right.
When you think about the scale and the timeline that you are working within, what excites you about that and what worries you about that?
What excites me about that, Jill, is the destination. And so I am so excited about being able to contribute to the most amazing sporting event that's ever been put on. What humbles me, I guess, is maybe a word to use, is again, the pace of building this scale.
That clip from Chariots of Fire reminds us that while athletes get the spotlight, there's an entire system behind them that has to perform flawlessly to make this happen. Tammy, when you think about the workforce behind the Olympic and Paralympic Games, what really matters? Are there skills? Are there mindsets that you think are going to best make this all come together?
There are definitely common behaviors and attributes and capabilities that are really important success factors. The ability to work in a really fast-paced environment, the willingness to trust the team around you, to, as much as possible, drive decision-making and accountability through the organization to the lowest level possible. And if you're a leader, being really comfortable with that.
What about the roles? Are there specific roles or skills that you need to pull this off that maybe surprised you, either because they're harder to find or more critical than maybe people might expect? What's some of the unusual stuff that you're dealing with?
Accreditation. So accrediting hundreds of thousands of people before and during the games time is a mammoth responsibility. And so there are individuals who carry that skill set, have done it before, who really are instrumental in pulling something like that off. Sport, the number of sports that we have specialists who really understand how to work with the international federations and build the best sports program to deliver the games. And those are just amazing individuals that exist globally that we've pulled together to really sort of build the program around the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
There has been a lot of fear about AI in the recruiting process. 2026 is the year that flips to acceptance, maybe even excitement.
That was LinkedIn editor-in-chief Dan Roth talking about how AI is moving from fear to acceptance. The LA28 workforce may be one of the first truly AI-enabled Olympic and Paralympic workforces that the Games have ever seen. How, Tammy, are you using technology to scale without losing that human side that you just talked about of the whole experience?
We are ideating right now around how AI can help us answer some of the, what I would call very complex questions as it relates to managing and deploying the workforce, particularly at games time. I think the other big area, and it's where I'm really excited about partnering with Korn Ferry, is in the selection of talent to build the workforce. As you've said a number of times, this is rapid scale. And so the degree to which we can source and interview potential talent and screen great potential employees for our workforce using AI as part of that process, not the entire process, but as part of that process, I'm really excited about.
What's been the biggest difference between building this organization and building a traditional company?
The biggest difference, Jill, is that we are attracting the best talent in the world to deliver this extraordinary Olympic and Paralympic Games. And that talent knows that this is going to come to an end. And so it's an extraordinary challenge on its face value to be able to attract such a tremendous workforce to do this. But yet there are thousands and thousands of prospective employees that are enthusiastic and excited and really, really want to be part of this.
Yeah, it's not a job for life, but it's a job of a lifetime, right?
That's exactly it.
We started this conversation with your favorite memory. So let's end looking forward. Anything you're personally really excited to experience when the Games roll around in 2028?
I just have to say the culmination of the hard work of the team and just the pride that I think we'll all share together that make no mistake, we're gonna deliver the best Olympic and Paralympic Games ever. If you ask me like a sport, it's the equestrian sports. So I've been a horsey person my whole life. So I'm really looking forward to enjoying that on a personal level.
I have no doubt you all are going to over-deliver. Tammy, thank you for giving us a glimpse into what it really takes to build something at this scale. And thank you for the leadership you're bringing to the Olympic and Paralympic Games. It is going to be a great one.
Jill, thank you so much for having me. And I'm just so excited about the partnership with Korn Ferry.
Hi, and welcome to This Week in Leadership. I'm Rupak Bhattacharya, and here's a quick look at what else is happening in business.
Is Friday a workday?
Just 12% of U.S. in-office visits happen on Fridays, which is about half the number seen on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It's a big frustration for leaders, but experts say the onus is on companies to get employees excited by work, because right now, just 21% of employees like their jobs.
How to conduct a great performance review when you are a manager or a leader.
A new study suggests workers are not into the numbers game when it comes to performance reviews. A Cornell study says workers prefer narratives to the 1 to 5 rating for reviews, but with firms cutting back on management, will bosses have time for these written reports and feedback chats?
Affordability.
Affordability has become a hot topic these days, and even in the C-suite, CFOs are feeling the pressure, with company costs expected to rise 4.2% this year. Experts say that to counter this, CFOs will increasingly focus on containing costs through operational efficiencies. That means more investment in things like AI and automation to drive higher productivity. For more insights on This Week in Leadership, head to kornferry.com/insights.
The executive producer of Briefings is Jonathan Dahl. Today's episode was produced by Rupak Bhattacharya and Zachary Dorr, and it was edited by Jaron Henry McRae. It contains reporting by Russell Perlman, Ariane Cohen, and Peter Loria. Our video segment contains original artwork by Fraser Milton, Haley Kennel, Jonathan Pink, and Sasha Kotschik. And our web operations are managed by Ed McLaurin. Don't forget to read our magazine, available at newsstands and at kornferry.com/briefings. That's it for Korn Ferry Briefings. I'm Jill Wiltfong. See you next time.
Now I can see you guys.